Hello and welcome to Upstart Football Weekly. I'm Shane Palmer, and with me this week we've got Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Hey, I'm Shane.
Not bad, not bad. First up, we've got Everton versus Fulham. Everton had an amazing result last week, 4-4 at Old Trafford. I couldn't believe it personally. What do you think, Ben?
Well, my boys, they snuck home for a couple of late ones there, Shane. It was a really good effort by the boys, but wow, what an amazing result. Really tight contest.
Yeah, definitely. And Jelavic is having a great, couple of months after arriving in January. He scored a handful of goals for the Toffees. What do you reckon about him, mate?
Yeah, no, he's doing a really good job. It's a really good combination up there with Cahill and the like, and Pinar as well. So they're doing really well, the Toffees, and hopefully they can stick around and they can contest for the top four in the next couple of years for the Champions League, because they're starting to build together quite a good side.
Yeah, definitely. And Fulham having a not too bad season, but Everton here, if they win against Fulham at home, they can move up to 7th, which would be pretty massive with just a couple matches left in the season.
Yeah, that would be a massive result for Everton for sure. Now, and next up, we've got Stoke versus Arsenal, and Arsenal, they should finish the season in 3rd place, although Stoke, as always, is very competitive, tough away trip. But Newcastle is breathing down the neck of the Gunners.
Yeah, well, that's just it, mate. Arsenal, couple points up on Newcastle, but they're having a good finish to the season. And as you said, the Britannia, it's a tough place to go to, especially when you're really desperate for points. But Arsenal, they're going all right. They need Van Persie to get back in the goals, but otherwise, not doing too bad. I reckon they'll snatch a win, 2-1 here.
Excellent. Yeah, I agree. I reckon that'll be a good result.
Next, we've got Sunderland versus Bolton. Sunderland, they're safe this year. They'll stay up. Bolton, on the other hand, well, they're struggling a bit. They did play all right last week. Drew, my man Chris Eagles, got on the score sheet.
He did, definitely. Yeah, no, it's going to be difficult for Bolton to stay up. But if they can snag those final 3 matches, there's definitely a chance that they could stay up and out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, definitely. Next, we've got Swansea versus Wolves. Wolverhampton, they're relegated. They're down. Not had a great season. Yeah, unlucky. Swansea, on the other hand, they're safe. First season up, staying in the Prem. Good on them. Play good football.
I think that's a good result for them. They'll definitely take that in their first season up there. So yeah, good result for Swansea.
Yeah, I think they'll beat the Wolves. The Wolves, yeah, they're just playing for pride at the moment. Yeah. But there's just Swansea, at home in Wales, they'll win 2-0 here.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Next, West Brom versus Aston Villa. Both, pretty reasonably safe, although Villa just a couple points above Blackburn. They'll need a win here just to get rid of any relegation jitters. Yeah,
you don't want to be too close to that relegation zone at all. So they're 5 points ahead of Blackburn, but yeah, it's not really comfortable. They really want to get a win on the board here just to stay out of that relegation zone.
Yeah, and I think they will this week. They'll win maybe 2-0.
Yeah. And next up, we've got Wigan versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle are currently in 4th position. 3 points above Spurs, but can they hold on, Shane?
I reckon they can. Start of the season, no one thought Newcastle would do anything in particular. They're in the Championship not that long ago, but now they're playing good football. A couple points above the Spurs. Tottenham, well, we'll talk about them later, but no, they'll get a win here at Wigan. Wigan's all right, they've been playing well, but Newcastle got a lot to play for. They'll 2-1 here.
It's an amazing resurrection by Newcastle after a couple of dark years a few years ago. So, no, to be thereabouts for them, they'll definitely take that result. Yeah, I think they'll take the win over Wigan.
Yep, definitely. All right, next is Norwich versus Liverpool. Liverpool, they got done 1-0 at home last week. What was going on there?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit laughable. Bit hot and cold, Liverpool, it has to be said. But yeah. Look, I think they'll get the win over Norwich, but yeah, well, you never know with Liverpool. They're a bit up and down these days, but
yeah, well, I'm going to tip a draw. I think 1-1.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Liverpool, but I think they'll sneak home against Norwich. But after last week's result, you can't be sure. That's certain.
Then on Sunday, Chelsea host crosstown London rivals QPR. QPR, they're not quite safe yet, although they had a good 1-0 win over Tottenham at home last week, which was very unexpected. But they're getting closer to safety. Mark Hughes has got them playing a lot better than Warnock had. Chelsea, on the other hand, Europe is very unlikely. They're still a few points shy, but big win here, and they'll be pushing.
They're always thereabouts. You can't write Chelsea off. They're obviously such a great side. They've got so much tradition, and they know how to play in the big games. So you can't write them off. They should take the win here over QPR. Having said that, QPR will put in a big contest. They're fighters, the QPR. So, yeah, I think Chelsea will win 2-0. But, yeah.
It'll be a scrap.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say Chelsea probably 3-1.
Okay.
Probably 2 late goals there as well.
Next up, we've got Tottenham versus Blackburn. Spurs' woes continue, Shane.
Oh, mate. Lost, as we said, 1-0 at QPR last weekend. The wheels have fallen off. Ever since Redknapp and England got linked together, they've, I think, won 1 match or maybe 2 since then.
It was definitely the bandwagon was rolling for a bit there, and now it's definitely, they've jumped off him, haven't they?
Now Newcastle have leapfrogged him into the Champions League spots.
Wow.
There's no guarantee whatsoever that Tottenham will finish 4th, which you'd think they deserve. That you can't write off how well they did play at the start of the year, but season doesn't last.
Yeah, they definitely need to find that form to get back amongst it.
Blackburn, on the other hand, scrapping for relegation. They had a good 2-0 win last week. Junior Hoylett's goal was an absolute stunner. But I think Tottenham, I've been saying it week after week, but finally they're going to turn it around and they'll beat Blackburn 2-1.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give Tottenham the points here.
Then Monday night, going into early Tuesday morning, we've got Man City hosting Man United. This, mate, game of the round by far, if not game of the season. This is massive. I
think I may well say I haven't watched this one. This could be an absolute ripper. Man City, they're going to be thereabouts. Definitely, definitely game of the round for sure. If United win, they go 3 points clear. With 2 matches remaining, it's going to make it very difficult for City to catch them, I would have thought.
But that's the thing. They have to win here, or at least get a point. They dropped 2 points against Everton. You have to say that. Being 4-2 up, 82nd minute, and they copped 2 goals to draw there. City, on their hand, beat Wolves, condemned them to relegation, and now it's just 3 points. City win here, it goes level, and City have a slightly superior goal difference, which could make all the difference. You know, you can see both sides winning the last 2 matches in the run-in. So this one, very, very pivotal for City. Carlos Tevez could be the key man. He's come back, he's scored a few goals, he's playing well. Whereas United, on the other hand, they're playing well. Rooney and Welbeck are linking pretty nicely up front. Nani's come back from injury, scored a goal against Everton. Just if they can keep it solid at the back. I think Rooney's a key man. I think I read somewhere the other day he's one off his highest goal tally in the EPL. Right. So he's got 33 goals, and 34 will obviously get into his highest goal tally. So he's definitely a danger man for City. But with United, what are your thoughts, Ben, on Paul Scholes? He's played really well, but against Everton, Fellaini just completely outran him through the middle. Yeah, it's difficult to say about Scholesy. You'd have to say he's nearer to the end than the start. So well, he's 38. Yeah, well, there you go. So football forever, yeah, that's true. But look, he's an old wise head. He's obviously got the experience. So we'll back him in for this one. I think his class should just be enough. He wasn't terrible against Everton, but he did look a little sluggish. We'll see how he goes. He's doing extra fitness work all the time. Ferguson raves about him because he is a top quality player. Maybe he doesn't go to the Euros this year. I kind of hope he will. Probably not. But I think Fergie's got his boys. He loves his Giggsy and all that. So yeah, I can see Scholesy hanging on. This one I'm gonna tip. I reckon a point, probably 2-2. It'll be a fascinating match, and both sides will really go at each other. Be a bit cagey at the start, but in a big match. Ben? Yeah, I can't split them. I think it's just going to be the great crosstown rivalry. I don't think I can split them. I'm going to go 1-1. 1-1. Well, just before we run out of time, we're going to have a quick look at the current table. Manchester City creeping close to Manchester United. They're only 3 points shy now after United drew against Everton on the weekend, while Newcastle have leapfrogged Tottenham into 4th place and have the potential to play in the Champions League next year. QPR and Wigan are just out of the relegation zone, with Blackburn and Bolton not too far off, while sadly Wolverhampton have been condemned to Championship football next season. And that's us for another week. Thanks for tuning in. Ben, thank you for filling in for Jake. Thanks, Shane. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.